Please confirm if I'm audible. Please put a yes in the chat. Okay, fine. We're just waiting for Dr. Suresh Nambudiri to join, and then we will start. Okay, Suresh sir is joined. We will start the session. Good evening once again. Welcome to the Academy Industry Collaborator Certified Course on Data Science and AI, which is jointly organized by the Department of Mathematics, St. Thomas College, Pondicherry, and IPSR Solutions Limited. And the internship is offered by IPSR. Thank you all for joining this training. In this certificate course, this course provides a comprehensive hands-on journey through the core pillars of modern AI and data technologies. You will be able to able to build a solid foundation in generative AI, machine learning, and data analytics. The curriculum covers practical skills in applying generative AI for data insights, developing interactive dashboards with Power BI, and implementing key ML algorithms. Learners will also design AI powered chatbots using RAG, build and deploy applications with Django. Additionally, the program offers exposure to LLMs, transformers, hugging face models, etc. On successful completion, the participants will receive both the course certificate and the internship certificate. My name is Sujin Jacob Josh. I'm working as Global Relations Manager with IPSR, and I'll be the event moderator. Now, before we go on to the session, could you all please turn on your videos so that we can take a few screenshots for our documentation purpose. Please turn on your videos for a short period. All right, you can turn off your videos now. We will move on to today's session. Today's session topic is going to be generative AI, funders and insights. This is going to be delivered by Dr. Suresh Nambudiri, who is the director at IPSR Solutions Limited and SPO Technologies Pune. Dr. Suresh Nambudiri is a product design specialist with over 30 years of industry experience. He has contributed to automobiles, consumer electronics, home appliances, and telecommunications. Formerly the COO of Tata Motors, he played a key role in developing India's first car, the Indica, and has designed over 200 products, many pioneering in India. He's a seasoned interviewer for senior engineering and management roles. He has assessed over 12,000 candidates, driving his research into Indian engineering education. Collaborating with global industry experts and Ivy League universities, he led a pan-India ethnographic study to identify systematic challenges and solutions. Currently, as director at IPSR Solutions Limited and SPO Technologies Pune, he mentors institutions like IITs and NITs, focusing on employability, outcome-based education, design thinking, and an AI in education. A researcher, educator, and corporate consultant, he actively engages in faculty development and industry academia collaborations. Over to you, sir. You're on mute, sir.
Is it clear now?
Yeah,
Okay.
audible. Please proceed.
Okay, good evening to all. Now we are going to speak about generative AI, but you know that for the last 3.5 years, now generative AI is here. So there is nothing new in that. Even though we can say that it is 3.5 years old, but it has grown more than any other technology of 3.5 years. If you see automobile, how it has grown within 3.5 years, internet, how it had grown, or computers, how it had grown. But this is actually an exponential growth. So no introduction is necessary for generative AI, but at the same time, if you go and see how people are using generative AI, then you will think that some introduction is necessary, because most people they use generative AI without understanding the fundas of generative AI. Therefore, what happens? Most people, I will say most people, they won't get the desired result from generative AI. I will tell you some example. See, I conduct training programs in some of the top institutions. I will tell you some National Institute of Technologies, IITs, etc. I I have seen most people they use generative AI exactly like how they used Google. And how do they use Google? They use Google by whatever coming to their mind, they keep it as a keyword and they expect they are getting the result. Then whatever they get from that with that those keywords, they say that this is what I got from Google. This is what I got from Google. This is a standard answer we get everywhere. This is what I got. But by giving what keyword you got this, in which place on earth you got it? Why I am asking, Google search has got an algorithm different for different region itself. During COVID time, I was sitting in front of a computer. I am speaking to you from Pune. One of my friend, he was sitting in front of a computer there in California. So only for academic purpose, I told him, search this on Google there, and I also search here. It is not something like a, okay, which is the restaurant near me and all. It is something like a very much technical. We both got very different result because the algorithms are different. Now I will tell you some of the classic examples. I go to an NIT BTech computer science class. They are all sitting in the lab. I tell them, I tell a concept to them. We need to search something related to this. Now everybody use Google search. Everybody used to Google search. Then I go to each computer, their screen, and see how they searched. I will tell you, no two people searched Google in the same way. This is what our track record of Google search itself. Right from 97 or 98 when Google started, from that year onwards, they give some study material, including PDFs and video, that how to search Google. I am yet to see someone who spent at least half an hour to study how to search Google. Maybe some of you would have done, I hope so. Otherwise, I have not seen anyone who studied how to search Google, even though their entire education and their work is depending on it. So this is the type of the culture we are bringing to generative AI. People forget that Google is a search engine and generative AI is an answering machine or a responding machine. When there is a search words are given, the freedom given to the search engine is too much, so that it can actually think wild and whichever way it can go based on the channels built into that, based on the based on the algorithm. But when we come to this generative AI, even though this is also controlled by algorithm, but here we have an interactivity. In the case of Google search, our interactivity is limited to some Boolean operations. But when it is coming to generative AI, our interaction has gone 1 lakh times or 1 crore times, because it is like a person sitting in front of you. It is like that type of a dialogue. But exactly like that your roommate or your friends, they all have some mindset. Even though they are your friends, they may not go beyond certain mindset, because that mindset is already fixed in them. Similarly, for this type of large language models, one mindset is set. So within that mindset, whatever you want to do interaction, that you can, and you can get good results from this. I have seen many people, for them, generative AI means immediately using an AI tool. We will see that the training programs on generative AI in most cases end up like a menu of AI tools. Let me tell you, when this generative AI explosion started in 2022 November, I started working on generative AI from 2022 December. There was only 1 month gap, because after 1 month only I came to know about this. That too in a very funny way, I came to know about generative AI. I will tell you this regarding that. Okay, let us speak to, because I am speaking today. I am going to take a session tomorrow also. I will speak to you tomorrow, or if there is a chance in this talk today. So, is it our approach to generative AI? Is it to be using tool? Okay, what I was telling was that when I started working on generative AI, there were only 35 or 37 AI tools on earth. 35 or 37. Now, in my count, rough or guesstimation, it is something like more than 3 lakh AI tools are there here. These AI tools are coming and going. Many AI tools, I paid money at some stage. After 6 months, they are not there. My credentials for using that website itself is not there. So money is also not there. So this is what the condition of AI tools. There is a Chinese saying, don't give them fish, teach fishing. Because once we understand how to use the prime thing, it is exactly when there is a sun there on the top, what is the necessity of a light during the daytime? Because we are actually getting light and heat from the sun itself. This is what exactly with the generative AI also. When there are large language models, what is the need of going to an AI tool unless there is a very special requirement? I repeat, unless there is a very special requirement. Most of the work which can be done by generative AI can be done by prompting or using in a very strategic way large language model. For example, I do not use any AI tool. I use ChatGPT, because even though there are other large language models, I feel better than ChatGPT, but I won't leave ChatGPT. I pay subscription and I am using, because of it is a first love of ChatGPT, of generative AI. That is the first time you saw that I don't feel like leaving. And I use cloud maximum. I use Grok. I use Gemini. And once in a while, because of some reason, I use DeepSeek. So these are all not AI tool. These are all actually a large language model. They are all platform. I don't go and use AI tool because anything and everything can be done in a better way through prompting. And prompting is the literacy of the future. Whatever you want to get from generative AI, the best way to get is through prompting. And prompting, with the prompting, you are actually getting that maximum power to use generative AI. There is only sky is the limit. So therefore, today what I am going to tell you within this time, what I am going to tell you is generally speaking about generative AI means you will get to know many things which normally you won't get from any other place. Then I am going to speak about prompting because that is what the key of entire usage. For example, whatever way you are going to use it, ultimately what you are going to use is a prompt. Even if you are going to use an even if you are going to use an AI tool, what is that AI tool? Maximum 8 to 10 prompts given, prompts hidden behind some buttons. That's all. Means ultimately you are using those prompts only. Then why not you use your prompt than somebody else's prompt? So when you use your own prompt, you will have that type of a flexibility. So we are going to speak about these two things today. So let me come to the first thing. What is exactly generative AI? Whether when it is a generative AI, who is generating it? Is it ethical? Is it ethical? See, just before this session, I had a tea. Somebody made that tea. Similarly, when you see that some item, there is a table or a chair, somebody constructed that. Similarly, when you are getting this response from say ChatGPT or Cloud or Gemini, who is giving that? Who is giving that? This particular thing, you need to develop a funda. If you develop this funda, many things will be clear to you. So let me tell you one very fundamental example. Let me tell you one very fundamental example. See, I am a mechanical engineer. I am a product designer. One of my friends purchased three used old motorcycle from the market, second-hand market. He purchased three old motorcycle. Then he bought it home. He dismantled it. With that dismantled bikes, he made a scooter. So whether this scooter is a plagiarism or making this scooter is an unethical thing, mm, this is a question. I repeat, my friend purchased three motorcycles. He bought to his garage. He dismantled it completely and he made one scooter out of it. He called me. I went and saw the scooter. It's working. And then I asked him, can you make a table lamp? He said, yes, give me some time. In 1 hour, he made a table lamp out of the whatever is remaining there. So he created one scooter and one table lamp out of that. complete loose pieces of 3 motorcycles. This is what exactly happening with the generative AI. Companies like ChatGPT, that is OpenAI, they go around and scrap and they collect, and ethically or unethically, they collect all this data from various places and they bring it and keep it as loose pieces so that it can be repurposed. Those things can be repurposed. This is the way they make it loose and keep. So anyone with an idea means repurposing. For what purpose? This repurposing is based on your creativity, your ingenuity. Therefore, it is like you are having such a big pieces lying. You take one from here, and assemble it in a meaningful way. Assemble it in a meaningful way. So they kept the loose pieces in such a way that this can be assembled in a meaningful way. You just imagine Lego blocks. You can take it, you can put it in various ways, in different. It is based on your creativity. This is what exactly done in generative AI. You can here. Now, some of the corollaries we need to see here. See, there is cloud, there is ChatGPT, there is Gemini. Okay, I am speaking about these three. What is the difference between these three? One is, okay, you forget the technicality. That is a speed, or there is a range, or there is a token size. There are many things in that. But I am going to tell you one very special thing. I know you are all from Kerala, and you take three newspapers of yesterday. Something happening at Korancheri today. Now you take tomorrow's Malayala Manorama, Madhrubhumi, Deshabhimani, Indian Express. You take these 4 newspapers. 4 newspapers will give 4 different type of news. It is not only that what priority. Some of the things they give more. They give more importance. It is not only that. There will be change in positioning of the news. Some news, it may come in the front page of Manorama, will go in the last page of Deshabhimani, or it may not come in the Deshabhimani itself. In the same way, something which is coming in the front page of the Deshabhimani may not come in Madhrubhumi itself. So there are, and all these news will come in Indian Express in a very diluted, in a less rigorous way. Even people will think that why they are reporting this. So in this is what exactly happening even with the large language models. Certain models are giving priority for this type of thing. Certain models are giving for that type of thing. Therefore, you will see that when the type of the thing you get from Grok, you may not get from Cloud. Cloud will say that I cannot do this, but Grok will say that I will do it. It is in the same way. You take Gemini. If I give one particular example, I will tell you, when I need to say, I need to write something. How will I select? How will I select? See, if I want some creativity and all, I go to creativity and all. I go to ChatGPT, and I'll give it temperature zero point 0.8 or zero point 0.9. See, there is a parameter called temperature that you can write as part of the prompt itself. If you give temperature is equal to 0, temperature can vary from 0 to 1. If you give temperature between as 0 or 0.1 and all, ChatGPT or any AI will behave like a government official. Tell exactly the word terminology. It won't tell anything additional. There is no smile on the face. It will only tell exactly what it is. If you want to get such an information, while giving the prompt, give temperature is equal to 0.1. Then the ChatGPT or generative AI, any tool will behave like a government clerk. At the same time, you give temperature is equal to zero point 0.9 or 1. Its creativity has gone to such a level that some of the thing it speaks even you and me won't understand itself. because it has gone to that extent. That is the reason most large language models, it set a medium, not zero point 0.5, this zero point 0.7. If you go and to see that is the playground of ChatGPT, you will see that what is the default setting there. It is written zero point 0.7. So so this is what this is what apart from that, the type of the information they trained and kept is different. Means uh, I told you that I would go for this creativity. I will go to ChatGPT. If I want deep reasoning deep reasoning and good thinking, I go to cloud. If I want something which I know that it is depending upon lot of search, and then I'll go to Gemini, because you know that Gemini belongs to Google, and Google is the grandfather of all websites in the world. Without Google knowing, you cannot take your bike and go from your house to another place. Google knows that. So when such a detailed information available, I go to Gemini for that. Then if I want to do something happened now, or just 1 hour before, or something which happened, which is very hot now, I go to Grok. I go to Grok. Why? Because Grok is linked to X. X was our previous Twitter. Anyone and everybody, when they got that micro blogging, when they want to spread something immediately across the world, they are using Grok. So, they are using X. So, when you go to X, and Grok is directly linked to X, you can get an analysis, you can get a reasoning, you can get a comparison, everything about something happened just now from Grok. So now I explained to you that how you select this thing, even large language model itself. Now this is only the stage. This is only a stage. It's a platform. What you are going to do with that is actually with the prompting. So we will speak about prompting today. So when we come back to this large language model, you got the point that someone taking something and dismantling and keeping in a like a loose parts of a motorcycle. And actual happening with the generative AI is repurposing of somebody's work. If I tell that, okay, these are all colloquial, but and these are all, this is what I told you. Whatever way I am explaining to you, these are all I experience in a hard way. Hard way. Therefore, you need not work that hard. That is the reason I explain. I have a policy. I never speak about things just to copying from somewhere. I speak about things which I experience. And for that purpose, I work about 12 to 14 hours a day only to gain maximum experience. I do so much of trial and error, and anyway, mm, many times error, but what you gain in the end of the day, it is at least something satisfying. Okay, so now coming to this uh, large language model. Many people say that mm, what we get from ChatGPT is not enough. I really wonder what does he know about that. See, for example, you know your college library. You know the size of that. Just imagine a college library which is 2 kilometers wide and about 40 kilometers long. 2 kilometers wide and 40 kilometers long. Just imagine such a library. This is the size of the information which is available with ChatGPT. I saw that one particular repository, it has got a 301 TB, 301 TB data. You do one thing, you take an ebook, and see what is the size of that book. You take an encyclopedia in PDF and you see what is the size. It will come maximum some 18 MB, 20 MB. If it is an ebook, it will come in KBs, 400 KB, 650 KB, etc. When you are seeing like this, just imagine how much will be the number of books available with 305 TB. What I want to stress here is that almost every information which can be digitized, it is there in their trained data. For example, now about 2 to 3 months ago in Kerala, there was a local body election. For local body election, people have written the candidate name, emblem, etc. on the side wall. On the side wall. So, if someone has taken a video or a photo of that and put on internet, and even that will be part of the repository of any of this large language model. Any expertise which is actually documented in whichever way, that is also part of this particular documentation. So when such an extent documentation is available, I wonder who can say that the details available are not enough. Let me tell you another point. At least some of you will be using an iPhone, iPad, or iPod, or whatever it is, whatever they will be using. They will be whatever you will be using. So you must be knowing about Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs is the co-founder of Apple Computers, and he was a CEO for decades, and he is known as the most creative CEO the world has ever seen. He has got his own definition of creativity. It will be interesting to know what is the definition of creativity by the most creative CEO. His definition of creativity is like this. Creativity is nothing but rearranging what we already know. Creativity is nothing but rearranging what we already know. That means that now you see like this. Whatever creativity you are seeing, there is nothing which is coming from out of space. There is nothing called out of the box. Everything is inside the box. Creativity is actually rearranging whatever things inside the box. So in the case of generative AI, the box is very big because the library is very big. 305 TB digitized data is not small. It is very big. So when you are getting an opportunity to rearrange this 305 TB of digitized data, just imagine what are the new creativity can come from there. There is no need to go for anything additional. And when you do this, definitely some additional things will come if you are quenching, if you are really putting your brain into that. That is the way in which this knowledge is growing. So this is the point we need to see. If you are going to just see some AI tool here, AI tool here, what you are missing is this. You miss the playground. You go to a particular small cell and you actually maintain your life there. So that is actually a restriction. That is what the importance of prompting. For example, another point is many people they use the free version of ChatGPT or free version of anything, and they if you are using only free version, you just imagine in your college library your entry is only to the first four shelves, and the rest of the shelves you can't even see. You don't even know how much will be there. This is what exactly happening with the free version of ChatGPT or free version of Gemini. You get entry to only a certain entry area and you don't even know. You are not even qualified to say that whether that library is good itself. That is why when we have to use you when we use a large language model, we have to spend money. I am not a marketing person, but at the same time I wanted to tell you that they invested a lot, still investing a lot. Many of them don't even know how are they going to get their money back. This is what the way in which they are investing money in this, so that whatever we are giving them, it is actually a just peanuts. Means the type of the benefit you get from the paid version is actually it is very big. How much time you save, the how much easily you learn something, and how much your future is going to build with that. These are all the things very different. Therefore the important thing about using generative AI is paid version of at least one large language model. It is not necessary to pay. You have to strategically see. For example, my understanding is if you are using Geo, if you are using Geo, I think which is that? I think when you are paying Geo, it seems Gemini Pro is coming free with that. One thing I am sure that on Airtel, if you are a subscriber, I think Perplexity is coming free. Pro, I am telling Pro version is coming free. Therefore, if you strategically use this, you use because anyway, I am sure you all will have a phone number and you will have a smartphone and a subscription. Therefore, it is not necessary that you have to go for a ChatGPT and all alone. So that is why what I had been telling so far is point number one, what is that real constituents of funda of generative AI? Second, I was telling you regarding the vastness and vastness. Then I was telling you that Google search approach is not the thing for the generative AI. This is actually another one. Then I was telling you that creativity is rearranging what we already know. Therefore, important thing to become creative person is to know more, or the ability to, or build the ability to find that particular knowledge so that you can bring together, like my friend repurpose the used bike to make a scooter, or a scooter, or a this what is that, table lamp. So that is what it is. And now let us see. I will briefly tell you some of the thing why and how this is regarding. Okay, before that, let me start this. I hope you can see my screen. It's a blue screen with a white arrow. Mhm. I was telling you earlier that anyone who writes something on ChatGPT start thinking that they know prompting. They write something, they get something, and they know prompting. They don't think that whether what they are getting is a rigorous thing or what they are actually getting is according to the capability. So this is what we need to do. That if you are not getting something good or something desirable, something rigorous, if you are not getting, it is not the problem with the generative AI, it is the problem with your prompting or your approach to prompting. That is what we are speaking today. Now, you see this one. These are all the things I got on Instagram from various places. You will see they are all saying like that how to use ChatGPT, uh, how to use prompt and how to get it. So in the end, what is happening is, this is what I took a screenshot from Reddit. Prompt engineering is just English grammar. Even this morning, I was reading on LinkedIn. Somebody has written that prompting is communication. Anyway, one thing, I have a bad habit. Sometimes I go and correct a comment. I wrote that okay, the communication is definitely required, but the thinking behind the communication is the important thing. So prompt engineering is not just English grammar. Prompting is not something like you just ask what you want. The people who are really using ChatGPT to the hilt, they have various strategies for that. So unless you use these strategies, actually what you are doing is you are living in a high technology world that is fast growing, and you do not know how to ask. That is what the main problem is. You do not know how to ask. See, only 1% of the generative AI power you will get with your normal English prompting. Other 99% is actually on that side. You can actually hold it and you can take, but unless you know how to knock, means knock it will open, but you should know how to knock, which door to knock. This is what exactly coming with the generative AI means. You can some of the thing, idea augmentation, expanding thinking horizon. See, what is this idea augmentation? We get many ideas, but whether those ideas are correct and to whom you can ask, how to validate it. You just to go to ChatGPT and say that I have got an idea like this. You write your complete idea, then you can tell whatever you want. You can tell it to expand, you can tell it to check, you can tell ChatGPT to validate, you can tell ChatGPT to find some utilization for this. There are various too. So the second is this one, expanding thinking horizon. As we were speaking sometime before, that creativity is the rearranging what we already know. So what we already know is the very important thing. We are the sigma of our past experiences. These past experiences can be reading your books, watching your movie, your Instagram experience, your friends' experience, your college experience, your social experience, your interaction with the friends and cousins. You can, these are all sigma of your experience. This is what actually building, creating your thinking horizon. So when you are in this thinking horizon, you cannot go beyond that. But generative AI helping you to go beyond that. You can always say that my thinking is this much, expand it to another horizon. Another one is knowledge synthesis. Here people are speaking about interdisciplinary research and all. You know, interdisciplinary research came here only now, but you know, everywhere else for the last 100 years or maybe 500 years, they had interdisciplinary research they had. So therefore, why are we not getting it? Because unless we have that particular mind to understand various discipline, we will not be able to do any interdisciplinary research. So this is what required knowledge synthesis. This knowledge synthesis is through generative AI. Then personalized learning, enhanced creativity, advanced problem solving. We can see this thing. We can see more and more. Let me go. You know this image. This image in computer, we all say like the GIGO, garbage in, garbage out. If you input garbage, you cannot expect anything other than garbage from a computer system. But in the case of generative AI, it is very different. Garbage in, augmented garbage out. You will get a very nice slap back from generative AI in a very convincing way. Now, there are certain rules about this. Yeah, I am. See, there is a classic movie called Karate Kid. Classic movie called Karate Kid. In Karate Kid, the karate master is saying karate has got two rules. Rule number one is karate is for defense. Rule number one is karate is for defense. Rule number two is don't forget the first rule. These are the two rules of karate. In the same way, when you are coming to generative AI, there are two things in this very important. First thing is like this: the quality of the questions decides the quality of the answers. The quality of the question, here you can say prompt. The quality of the questions decides the quality of the answers. Second is the skill and ability to question the answers lead to new knowledge generation. The skill and ability to question the answers lead to new knowledge generation. These are the two important things here. Now, there is, and there are. This one, I am not speaking religion and all here because this is an Upanishad. Ancient Indian education system, there were 108 Upanishad. Upanishad means you sit near and learn from Guru. In none of the Upanishad you will see any religion. These are all eh, these are all right from there is one thing called Isha Upanishad, that is number one. It is coming down. Prashna Upanishad is hierarchically number four. That itself shows that how much value ancient Indian education has given for asking questions. Asking questions. So, ability to ask a question is one of the most important ability of the human mind. So, in prompting, this is what coming to the picture. Prashnopanishad is very small book. You can actually read it on one page on Wikipedia. You will see that how much value they have given for observing and questioning. Even though we are speaking so many things about ancient Indian education system, Indian knowledge system, etc., etc., but nobody is speaking about Prashnopanishad. Nobody is speaking about asking question. You know, I have made a study of the entire Indian education for more than some 70, 80 universities, their syllabuses, etc. Everywhere people are speaking about critical thinking, but critical thinking is not there in the syllabus. So this is the same thing with the Prashnopanishad. Now, in Prashnopanishad, when Prashnopanishad was here in India, almost every other place, like Middle East, like Greece, like China, in Japan, South Korea, Korea, everywhere there used to be some literature by saying the ability to ask question. This one, without building the ability to ask a question, and without building the ability to find a problem in that, then we cannot do a prompting properly. Another thing about the same thing from ancient Indian education system, what we are not following here anywhere, I don't know whether we will follow also, that is vada, it is a debate. It is very important. It was very important that it was very important that we must get experience in Vada debate, because when we are entering into debate, our brain is in a very, very different type of preparation. And that is the reason in ancient Indian education system, the knowledge transfer was happening through Vada. In a proper AI interaction, what is happening between ChatGPT and you is Vada. What is happening between ChatGPT and you is Vada. Let me tell you one. Let me tell you an example. I sit. I start asking things with cloud or ChatGPT. It will give me some answer. I question that with my logic. It really gives with modify something and come with. I question that once again. This question defending will go like this. I will tell you an example. Once Cloud and myself entered into 45 minutes this type of an interaction. 45 minutes. I will tell you, in the end of 45 minutes, I was actually panting because it was that much emotional stress. And in the end, we come to some conclusion. When we came to that conclusion, I told Cloud that it was a very good experience. I learned a lot from you. Do you know what Cloud said? Me too. I also learned a lot from you. That was a very big appreciation. I think one can get from AI. Then I asked, because I won't leave like that. I asked, in that case, can you tell me what are the things you learned from me? What are the things rebuttals and what are the things questioning I really gave back? It gave a beautiful list and gave to me that I learned this thing from you. Then I told that in that case, you do one thing. Your task is to make it it as a LinkedIn post and give to me, so that I am going to post it. If you go and see Dr. Suresh Nambudiri, my LinkedIn, somewhere, I think some 3 to 4 months ago, I posted it. It is there. It is there. ChatGPT is writing what it learned from me. So this is what actually happens when you are having fight. One corollary you need to understand from this particular point is, if you are going and agreeing for everything ChatGPT says, yes sir, yes sir, yes ma'am, then ChatGPT will declare you as an idiot. It's a very dangerous situation. Because when you log in with your username and password, ChatGPT will say that, yeah, that idiot has entered again. Means whatever ChatGPT says, you agree. There is no scope. You are not going to get benefited with that type of an approach with the chat GPT. If you speak in pure Malayalam, what you need to do is that chat GPT pannikidanam. Chat GPT pannikidanam. അടിച്ച് ഇടിച്ച് കുത്തി മലർത്തി ഇട്ട് കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ ചാറ്റ് ജി പി ടി സത്യം പറയും. So with that particular information, your future will be 1,000 times better. I am a senior citizen and I believe because of ChatGPT and various generative AI applications, I feel I got about 15 years more to my life. Because I am a knowledge worker, I get so much of information from this. I really believe that I got that much. And now you are all very young. You know that in what proportion you will get more benefited with the generative AI if you really learn how to use it. And you please understand the danger if you don't learn how to use it. That is the reason I am sitting here and I am speaking to you, so that you will actually get many real first hand experience of the benefit of using it with the fundamentals. Okay. Now we are going ahead. These are all the things you know that, but what are all the things that generative AI can give? It's automating tasks, getting advice, write and debug code, generate ideas, brainstorm, create content, build a website, chart, analyze data, even create physical object. How to create a physical object? You know, you can even speak, make a prompt. You can create a prompt for a 3D printing machine, and with that 3D printing machine, even you can print things and take only from your mind.
Now teachers can beat
that
WhatsApp
is the
and
power of.
Instagram because they can create.
Now we are coming to this prompting. See, many people think that prompt means asking question. Prompt means asking question. But if you understand one funda, your thinking about generative AI will change forever. I will tell you that. In generative AI, a prompt is an input given to the model to guide its output. I told you one word, that is guide. If you have learned anything from this session, please keep this one word and go. You can switch off and go. Guiding. The prompt's purpose is to guide. Guide in the sense channel. Means there is an input. Input's purpose is, you know this particular thing. Input, process, output. Input, output, and how to this how to control the output or how to direct the output. That is what the process inside, or how to create the output. So here input, this prompt is an input. Its purpose is to guide or channel. When you learn more and more about prompting, you will know that what you are doing is channeling the output. 305 TB data, that is 2 kilometer by 50 kilometer library is available there. So your prompt is going to guide or channel whatever is available here to the desired result. That's the reason in generative AI, a prompt is an input given to the model to guide its output. When I understood the concept of this guiding the output, even my prompting system are totally changed. This guiding could be a question, a phrase, a keyword, or a sentence that informs the AI what kind of text is it should generate. It need not be text, it can be music, it can be deepfake. Take what type of output it should generate. This is the important thing we need to understand here. Now, what is prompt engineering? We saw prompting is a guiding. Then what is prompt engineering? You know what is engineering? You know why this all engineering colleges in India are a failure? People study engineering, they come out and say that I don't like engineering. They take 4 years to understand they don't like engineering. And people come study engineering, many people come out and say that I am useless. Why? Because in engineering colleges in India, they don't teach engineering. If you are buying a phone by paying this much money, or if you are going to shop and buying anything, these are all results of engineering. Engineering's actual meaning is skillfully arrange for something to occur. Skillfully arrange for something to occur. This is what engineering is. Engineering is a literary word. It is not anything related with the technology. Technology is actually one part of engineering. One part of engineering. So, here prompt engineering means you are skillfully guiding. You are skillfully guiding the output. That is what with the prompt engineering. Without prompt engineering, now you cannot survive in any of the professions. Now, here I am going to show you one very basic prompt structure. It is context, task, instruction, example, and data. Context, task, instruction, example, or data. Means important thing is that you have to tell a context to AI. Then you have to tell what is your task. Then any instruction to fulfill that task. This much is necessary. For example, context can be as simple as I am hungry. Second task, order one masala dosa on Swiggy. That can be task. Instruction, the restaurant should be within 1 kilometer. Otherwise, masala dosa will become like a leather. So therefore, I am hungry is the context. Order a masala dosa on Swiggy is the task. The restaurant should be within 1 kilometer. That is an instruction. And example data, we can say that there is a Sharavana Pavan within half kilometer on that side. That's an example. At least this much information should be there for every prompt. If this is not there, if you are just putting like a Google keywords, then we may not get anything worthwhile. And people go and blame ChatGPT for that. So I want to tell you certain very, very important thing we have to see, because at this stage, normally what I do, I teach prompt engineering. I myself developed about 40 unique ways of prompting. I really like it. I really like it. The reason is when such a 304 TB data is available and everything is available for you to ask. So it is very much brilliant way is that you study how to ask. That is what. But today within this particular 1.5 hours, It is not possible for me to explain all this prompt engineering and all. But I am going to tell you the key portions of that. Some of the things. What are all the things you have to take care? I will tell you some. I will tell you some 20 concepts which I have understood and I am using, that I will take one by one. First thing is that anything, when you ask something, even you and your friend will have communication gap. So when there is an important thing, it is always better to be very specific. So in the case of the secret is that you consider that you consider the large language model as another human being. Anything which can happen with that human being can happen. So you have to take care that is not happening in your prompting. So you have got a very big guru as your friend. So you can ask. So first thing is that, one, be specific. The clearer your request, the more accurate the output. Avoid general or open-ended phrasing. This is the thing. I was telling you that this morning I was reading LinkedIn. One person told that prompting is actually communication. But this one way it is right, because communication gap can happen. Second thing about communication is, even the Chinese large language model DeepSeek, its office is in America. They use American English. Even they use American English. Therefore, one thing very dangerous for us Indians are, we all think that when I know how to say my name is Dr. Suresh Nambudiri, I will start developing antenna by thinking that my English is good. Whether do you want to lose a friend, you just to go and tell that friend that you made a grammar mistake. Immediately that friend and your friendship, everything got. For most people, English is an ego issue. English is an ego issue. They think that their English is good. But they pay penalty when it is coming to prompting, because ChatGPT is full of idioms, phrases, phrasal verbs, etc. On many occasions, we do not know phrasal verbs. Complete BPO industry, that is BPO industry was once very big industry in India. Now it is not here. Everything went to Philippines. Why? Because Philippines English is good. They know idioms and phrases and phrasal verbs. Here we do not know. We know only this tractor English, and we use that type of that type of explanation. It was not enough. Now we are paying heavy penalty for not knowing the correct English for writing prompts. Therefore, the clearer your request, the more accurate the output. Avoid general or open-ended phrasing. If ChatGPT doesn't know what to give, then and if we are giving such an open thing, then how will it give an accurate result? Therefore, we have to be very specific. We should develop the language to become very specific. Second, that is a first thing. But same time, there are certain places where you have to give some freedom. In the sense, if you know that it is very, very less, if you know that options are very limited, then you should not become very specific there. You have to give little more leeway to ChatGPT so that it will think and it will come with a alternate suggestion. For example, see, mm, I ask ChatGPT, I am standing here in Korancheri, and where I can get $650 tablet. Sometimes ChatGPT will say that it is not available in Korancheri. But if you are asking ChatGPT that I am having fever and I need paracetamol tablet, then ChatGPT will come and tell many options. Therefore, it is one of the ability while prompting to see that whether this specificity is going to help or not. This is our wisdom. Second thing is you have to define the role. This is the place in which most people fail. Even now, I see that many people, they don't give role to ChatGPT. ChatGPT is standing there as that it knows everything. But you tell ChatGPT that act as a professor, physics professor, act as a physics professor with an experience of teaching optics for the last 18 years. Act as a physics professor with the teaching of 18 years experience, with an experience of developing his own camera lens. So in this way, when you are giving more and more act a role, ChatGPT becomes specialist and specialist. The last one, what I said is very much this: act as a physics professor with 18 years of experience in optics and development of camera lens. Now ChatGPT start feeling a big moral responsibility of telling maximum details of that and demonstrate the expertise in that. This particular thing we should not miss. This particular character of this you should not miss. You know what? I, I still remember. I still remember when I was studying MTech, when I was studying master's degree, yeah, in Delhi, that we had a hostel mate. I am not telling the name and all. We always used to tell him that, yeah, your tea making skills are very good. Your chai is very good. You know what? 2 years of MTech, every day he made tea for us, because we put the role, we put the persona. Your tea is very good. With the pride he made. You know what? The last day of MTech, everyone is going out and on. One person, funny fellow, he should not have done that. He went and told him that no, we were only making you to make tea. That fellow gave a very nice slap also. So here, this is type of the role or persona we have to give to ChatGPT. That is what one of the important thing. Assign the AI an identity. Example, act as a data analyst. But that is very simple. You can go to the minimum. You can screw ChatGPT to that level with a highly specialized thing. So it adopts the right to tone, expertise, and perspective. ChatGPT will get that type of a perspective. Then we are coming to the third one, giving context. You know, there is one field itself called context engineering. You have to give context. Means you have to tell the story, that why you are here or why I am here. What is my situation? What is my situation? For example, if I am standing there at a Kottayam railway station, if somebody come and ask, what I have to say, that I am standing here waiting for a train for Nedabasheri. From there I have got a flight to Pune. So I am actually telling the context. So once I tell this one, my friend or whoever it is, they know that in what situation I am. So that if I need a help or if they want to do something, they immediately. Therefore, Provide background information, goals, and constraints so that AI fully understands your objective. This this is a very important thing. Without these things, you are not going to get any good result from that. Now, fourth thing in prompting, what you have to write is tell the it is a stating the format. Stating the format, it is exactly like in a computer programming. You state a format, means in what format you need output. Means tell the AI exactly how the answer should look. Bullets, steps, tablets, tables, or structured sections. Means in which section A, B, C, D, E, or in whichever way. Even you can tell I want JSON output, so that it will give the JSON. It will give the JSON output. It can be taken as an input to some other program. Now, 5 is set the tone. Specify whether you want the writing to be professional, friendly, casual, technical, or simple. So that you have to set the tone. 6 is break down the task. Break down the task. See, like everybody else, if you use a simple language and if you tell step by step, ChatGPT will understand it better. So, breaking down the task, divide complex prompts into smaller, manageable subtasks for clearer and more accurate result. See, there was a time people used to write sentence after sentence, long plan. But if you can write 1, 2, 3, 4, A, B, C, D, just step by step, then it, without any communication gap, it understands. Now 7, show examples. Include a sample answer or decide style so the AI can mirror the formatting and tone. Yeah, this is what actually one very powerful thing. You remember that I was telling you, if you take anything from this particular session, it is that prompt means guiding. Similarly, when you are giving an example, what are you doing? You are actually guiding. You are actually guiding. Means you are telling your friend, yeah, we can buy an SUV. There are now SUV is the trend. We can do that. And then tell that Tata Sierra is looking very good. So when you give a Tata Sierra as an example, what immediately that person will think? You are suggesting Tata Sierra. This is what happening. If you give an example to ChatGPT as part of the prompt, ChatGPT will think that this is what you want. Therefore, if you are very sure, only give example. Otherwise, don't give example. Now 8, use constraints. Set boundaries like keep it under 20 words or use simple language to guide the output. Use constraint. Means for your output, always give constraint. See, you can actually do like this. You can copy some text from somewhere, and if there is a limitation, always you can paste this here and see that how many words or how many characters, and you can go back to ChatGPT and say that you write the answer within this many characters. Immediately it will give like this, maybe plus or minus 2 3 characters it will give. Then ask for multiple options if you want. Request 2 to 5 alternatives so you can compare styles, tones, or approaches. That is also based on your requirement. You can always go and say that, okay, next, you can regenerate, you can ask. 10, use alternative refinement. No, use this iterative refinement. Sorry, iterative. See, entire prompting is an iterative thing. In the sense, I will tell you an example. It is a thinking way of thinking or a thinking style. I hear something, I start thinking in a particular way, but then I realize that that is not the right way of thinking for that. Immediately you change. That is what is that? I am using an iteration. So use iterative refinement. Improve results by asking the AI to refine, correct, or adjust previous responses. Then ask it 11. Ask for missing details. Tell the AI to ask clarifying questions whenever information is incomplete or ambiguous. Tell the AI to ask clarifying questions whenever information is incomplete or ambiguous. That is what the very, very interesting thing with ChatGPT. You know, many occasions what I do, I write the prompt and I ChatGPT that this is what I know about this. Now you ask me question and I can tell you any other information that you are confessing to ChatGPT that this is only I know. So that ChatGPT will actually build from that ambiguity, which are all the connecting dots required. It will ask and it will do that. Then 12, use a step-by-step reasoning. Encourage the AI to think logically by instructing it to break its reasoning into steps. These are all important benefits of generative AI people normally miss. For example, you know that suppose you are preparing for CAT or GMAT, you got a question, you got the answer, but you do not know from how it came to that answer. So earlier days it was almost impossible because these type of examinations few only attend and you go to ChatGPT and put that this is a question, this is the answer. Tell me step by step from how to come from that question to answer. You are immediately getting it. That's what encourages the AI to think logically by instructing it to break its reasoning into steps. Then 13, avoid ambiguity. See, I was telling you earlier, we can tell ChatGPT that I know this, but I don't know this thing. Even I don't know existing. But you are when you are telling that there is a clarity. You are clear that you don't know everything. But in some cases, what happened? People without knowing, they act as knowing. They start telling ChatGPT, you do. This is what ambiguity. That is 13. Avoid ambiguity. Remove vague instructions and specify meanings to reduce misunderstanding and incorrect outputs. This is what avoiding ambiguity. 14. Clarify the audience. When you are developing something, suppose you are writing an assignment. Suppose you are writing an assignment or suppose you are writing an official letter. If you can tell ChatGPT that who is the audience. Say, Damji, can you attend this call? Sorry. Mm, what I was telling you is clarify the audience for who is going to consume this. If you can tell that, immediately ChatGPT will create. You know about that. But clarity is very much important there. Then 15. Restrict unwanted behavior. Tell the AI what to avoid. That is jargon, fluff, assumption, unnecessary details to keep answers focused. You know what? Many people are very innocent, novice users of ChatGPT, and when you see an output, people will immediately say that this is AI writing. This is AI writing. It is very clear. Why? Because they didn't specify. AI has got a characterized writing. AI has got that character. So if you prompt it properly, you can remove that character. You can say that don't write like this. You know, M dash. People don't even remove M dash. With M dash, they go and say, by seeing itself, oh, you used AI. This is why. Now 15, restrict unwanted behavior. Yeah, that's what I was telling. 16, use rewriting instructions. Ask the AI to rewrite text in different tones, lengths, or formats to match your needs so that you can select from this. 17, request validation. Instruct the AI to check its answer for errors, missing elements, or logical inconsistencies. This is very, very important. Sometimes I make it from ChatGPT, take it to cloud and ask you check the consistency. You check the consistency so that it will check the consistency and say that this is actually a gap. This is very difficult to defend. You are making an unreasonable claim. These type of things ChatGPT generative AI can tell. Only thing is that you have to prompt. It is a very funny thing. Same person, you are actually giving various persona. You are making its various personalities. So therefore, one time that it was a creator, and the other time it has become a critic. So then use multi-step commands. Tell the AI to perform task in order, analyze first, then write, then improve the final result. It can be, as I was telling you, the same person doing various things. Now 19, chain prompts together. Real prompting is actually layers together. It is like a routine, subroutine, etc. within a programming. You can have the small prompts inside, and the result of that is giving to the other part of the prompt. Chain prompts together build better results by connecting multiple prompts, using each output as input for the next stage. Now 20, clarify the intent. Explain why you are asking for something. The purpose helps the AI generate. This is also an important thing. Or this I can say. Once you tell the chat GPT, this is what your purpose, then chat GPT will start helping you. Chat GPT is standing with the all helping mind. This is what actually going with the this. Let me finish this particular topic with the one particular thing. If you can take a photograph of this, you please take. This is clever approach to prompting. Clever, Clever. There are many ways people say that this is the prompt, that is the prompt. They are all saying what to do, but this is actually an approach. This is not a template of prompting. Many places you will tell templates of prompting. This is not the thing. This is approach. Approach in the sense, you should have a critical thinking. L, literacy and subject knowledge. E, ethical awareness. V, versatility. E, experimentation and iteration. R, result orientation. This is what the clever approach to prompting. Now it is nearing to 8:30. I think if anyone has got any clarification question, you can ask. If anyone has any clarification, please let me know.
If any of you have any questions to Dr. Suresh Nambagiri, you can post that in the chat and we will pick it up.
Can you show us? This is Joel Jacob Varghese. Can you show us doing it practice? Tomorrow we will see. Tomorrow we are going to do a data analysis. At that time we will see the hands-on. Any more questions?
Yes, sir. Actually, sir, can I ask?
Yeah, sure, madam.
Okay, actually, many people still believing that generative AI models or ChatGPT leads to plagiarism or copying or cheating, something like that. Can you overcome this through our prompting properly?
See, madam, this logic is like this. All depends upon what we say by plagiarism. Let me tell you. Let me tell you an example. See, um, I go and I conduct this generative AI related faculty development programs. Most places there is one blunt question. Blunt question is from where it is coming. We didn't earn that. We didn't earn that. So then, without we earning, we are getting a big, good chunk of information, and that too in a very customized way. So since we didn't earn, it doesn't belong to us. That means we are cheating. This is what the main point. I have to tell some examples on this because that is actually historically. See, I'm a senior citizen. I belong to Kottayam. In our native place, in our village, our house was one of the first to purchase radio when it got introduced, TV when it got introduced. I still remember as a young person at that time, one of my uncles, he always thought that inside TV, one person was living. His question was that how is he, otherwise how it will be. We have shown him one antenna, one line coming, and there's a wire. If you remove the wire, that person is not there. If you connect the wire, he is there. But he was not ready. Once he took one knife and he broke from the backside of the TV only to check where that person is living. This is the type of the thinking even now. It is transferred in various ways and various ways to in people's head. That is the reason I told an example of that motorcycle dismantling, and it is repurposing, means dismantling, loosening things and keeping it a place in an elemental level so that can be reassembled. Let me tell you another thing. Earlier days in 15th century, I will tell you, I think somewhere around 1420, printing press was invented. Printing press was the chat GPT of that time, because so far there was nothing called a book. If someone had to do a research, that person had to walk and go those places. If it is below the if it is below the sea level, he had to jump into that, because nothing information was available. So when we see like this, see, I am sitting here in Pune. I can go to the market. I pay 250 rupees and I purchase a 400 rupee book, 400 page book. Did I earn all those 400 pages of information by paying 250 rupees? No, I didn't earn. In the similar way, when similar way, now when we come back to this, Google search. Google search. Before Google search, getting a research paper was so difficult. One had to go from library to library, take Xerox, or copy it manually and all. But then whether that Google search, whatever PDFs we got is a plagiarism, or whatever we received from that book was considered as a plagiarism at that time. Google search was considered as a plagiarism at that time. Only thing is that it is becoming, the level is going up. At the same time, we need to understand that there is another thing called democratization. Democratization in the sense, I pay $20, somebody else can pay $20. Everyone is getting the same tool. It is something like I can go to the nearest hardware shop. I can purchase a chisel and hammer. But one thing, even though I have chisel and hammer, I am not making a three dimensional this thing sculpture like this great people did. I am not able to do so. Therefore, it is actually a tool. And the tool's ability is only according to the ability of the person who is handling the tool. It is all depends upon his indigeneity. I will tell you one more example. There is a site, I know that one, orientai.com. Orientai.com, you go there and give just a topic of your research and just click, and within 2 minutes you will get a complete research paper ready. Means with your title, abstract keywords, your introduction, your literature review, your complete body, there is a conclusion, there is a discussion, and your complete bibliography ready there, ready there in whichever format you want. And when you are getting such a all research, complete research paper ready like this, what is the difference there? Because if I can get it, 145 crore Indians can get it. Then what is the difference of Suresh Nambudiri's paper? So therefore, the situation actually it has elevated. We are in a different level. So therefore, it is not a plagiarism. Nobody will even see any AI generated thing unless there is a specific value. From where that value is going to come? That value is coming from the person. Still, AI is not important because that anyone can get it. It got commoditized. What is important is the person behind that, and his ability is coming to the picture. I don't know, madam, whether I answered your question, or if there any clarification, please ask me.
Okay, sir. I am
No,
satisfied.
I do not know, because one thing, it is my job that I have to clarify. So therefore, there's nothing called a plagiarism there. It is when we take it as a tool, and the what we get out of tool is our ability. Here there's an interesting question from Prince John. That is, sir, how much can we learn from this, and what is the use after this session? Okay, see, what we have to get is from that you have to decide. My objective here is not to explain generative AIs any of the things today. I really put this for explaining the fundamentals of this, because no one is explaining anything fundamental. Here the fundamental thing is uh, this exactly. We cannot underestimate generative AI, because any expertise which can be digitized, it is becoming part of it. It can be a music, it can be a dance, it can be I told that it can be writing on a wall. If someone has taken a video and put it on YouTube, it has become part of the trained data. Therefore we have to believe that whatever we require, the 99.9% of the chance that it is available there, and it's a great opportunity. Therefore, we should learn how to get it. This how to get is, it can be done only with the prompting. That is the value of prompting. So if someone wants to carry anything from this session is that generative AI is huge, and it is so deep, we cannot ignore it. and we cannot complain that this is what I got from ChatGPT, because my belief with the 3.5 years of working with the generative AI is that if someone is saying that this is what I got from it, it is actually mirroring that person's incapability. It is actually mirroring that person's incapability. Otherwise, almost everything is available. I think Prince John, whether this answer is enough, or if you have still more doubt, please ask. There is a question from Jagat the Devakrishnan. So common people use it for general questions and answers, and we are professional use prompts to guide the AI to create specific outcomes based on different Yes. See, first and foremost, we have to be clear what we want. Then communicate that. Then always check that whether we are getting that. Then it is actually to and fro. And to always believe that ChatGPT has got that. See, take any invention, what is happening, everything is rearranging what we already had. Rearranging what we already had. Now you see this one. About 5 to 6 years ago, EVs, electric vehicles were not there. Electric vehicles. Now just to see, you dismantle one electric vehicle and see what is new in that. It is only rearrangement. Even that battery, it is a rearrangement. It is repurposing. It is not that none of the elements are actually invented new. So this is the thing. This is the point should go to each one of you, that understanding to prompt and rearranging things, that is what actually taking innovation. Then Lithia Mary Madam, sir, website name please. Oreateai.com. Oreate. OREATEAI.com. Then Shahid Afrid. Sir, I had a problem when I worked with a project with the LLMs. It was hallucinating after too much chatting and laggy. I have tried many ways of prompting, but I didn't get the desired output. So see here, I will tell you an answer of Sundar Pichai. People asked Sundar Pichai that Gemini is hallucinating. He said very clearly, if you remove hallucination, generative AI is not there. Generative AI is existing because of hallucination. It is like where you want to balance. So when once you understand psychology, some children, maybe 4 years, 5 years, only to if you ask something they do not know, they will tell something. This is like that. If you ask ChatGPT something which it doesn't know, it will actually start. It will start acting. It knows. So you should have the ability to question. And meanwhile, I would like to know that whether you are using paid version or free version, because free version hallucination is more. But in the paid version, you can prime. You can prime an LLM. Prime in the sense you ask question, and you always ask for citation, ask for proof. And when you are making the LLM aware that it cannot hallucinate with you, it cannot play with you, then you see it will be a very different experience. Now, Gokul Krishnan, is it possible to introduce AI in big tech companies as it is using the data for training? If possible, what all things should be taken care of? See, the point is very clear. All companies, I think, excepting Instagram, this Meta. Meta is a company, they are saying like that, we will use your image for training. And if you can give consent, only you use Instagram. But one thing, because you are addicted to Instagram, you will go and click I agree and agreed. But that is not the situation with the rest of the thing. Means you take ChatGPT, Gemini, everybody is saying that your data is different, but it is not. I came to know from various circles by saying that they use your data. Therefore, you use your discretion whether what you want to give. But if you don't want to use your data and then you use a dummy data to prove the process, then you take it out and you use your data. Any more question?
Nowadays, we are uploading our documents, our photos, and something like that in this ChatGPT and extra, and creating images. Whether it is safe or something behind that. What about our data or pictures?
See, madam, it is like this. ChatGPT came to picture, at least to the public, in 2022 end, and they were using at least whatever I read the history of that company, and I think right from 2016 or 17 they were seriously taking away all those details from various. I am sure that you know that there is an illegal library on internet called Z library. I don't know whether you know Isard library. There's another site called this one, Anna's Archive. Okay, these are all some of the illegal repositories of books. Means they have got millions of books they have digitized. What I understood is that ChatGPT company, this one, OpenAI and all, I heard like this, I read, they paid to these places and they took all the books and all from there and they started training. So now the training speed has gone up, and see, nobody doubted anything when we uploaded something in the year in 2019 or 2020 on internet and all. But all these things are taken and already used for training. So in my personal opinion, we taking special care now with the photograph and all of no use, because it is already there. I think that's a pragmatic concept. But when it is coming to your some unique research data, I always tell everyone that you put some dummy data. You put some dummy data, dummy concept, and when you want to do some secrecy, don't even go near to large language model. Don't even go near to that. I know that some government departments now, they are purchasing Godrej manual typewriter, and confidential things are doing manual typewriting. If they want to have one more copy, they are putting carbon paper or they are typing once again. This is because when you want to get such a secrecy, we have to take care of that.
Sir, thank you.
Okay, welcome, ma'am.
Hello, sir.
Yes, please.
So thank you for your class today. I would just like to tell what I had received from one of my friends. She was
Yes.
like telling she had published one, she had given her research article to one of the journals, and then there was a report which said that it is AI generated, and she was very shocked. She was like saying, I had taken all my efforts to prepare the paper, and then the feedback that was given was it was AI generated. So isn't our own creativity being questioned? That is one thing that I wanted to ask. And the other thing is, being a college teacher, many a times for our work, maybe for NAC or KIRF, we have lots of data with us. But to consolidate or to get the relevant data for a specific purpose, we keep scrolling, or we have to keep searching for the data which might be kept somewhere. Is there some I'm not sure whether if I'm asking you right, but will we be able to develop some models or something which can help us in get out the important messages, or get the important details that we want, or the data that we want?
Madam, okay, I will tell you the first thing. I will tell you first the second question. Okay, madam, that is very, very simple to do. If you take any of the paid plans of ChatGPT or Cloud or Grok or anything, actually, if you can go for Grok, my suggestion is that it is very good. They have got a scheme now, only 6,500 rupees for 1 year. Okay, 6,500 rupees for 1 year, you can get Grok. And Grok has got a project feature. In project feature, for project feature, you can upload project files. In the case of cloud and all, it is beautifully, it can be done. All project files can be kept. Then there will be a project level custom instruction you can give. Then based on what is required now, that can become a prompt. And with all those things, brilliant, or the intelligence, that this project file will be an extended brain for you. Then anything in whichever way, whichever format you want, you ask, immediately you will get like that. So that is actually something. You know what, this is a beginning of a stage called AI. This new technology, or it is not a new technology, new approach called agentic AI. But what I am saying is a little fundamental of that. There is no coding experience is required. You have to only go there, start a project. It is create a project, give the name for that. You tell what is the purpose of the project. Then it will have a custom instruction. You give all those. That is global level custom instruction for this particular project. Then you keep the all project files there. Anything and everything, taking if something from here, integrating with that, and then you combine with this, and then you reduce. If this is not the thing from there, you can put whichever way a human brain thinks, you can make like this. Ultimately, you will get that information. It will be very easy. It is only a few seconds time. It will remove a lot of headache from your life. That is the second one. The first one is, I will tell you that if ChatGPT is notorious, Turnitin is also equally notorious. Okay, I really wonder that when people work too hard, and ultimately our fate is hanging on an algorithm of a particular things like this. Okay, I have written a complaint to Turnitin company by saying like that, is the time which if your English is coming from an AI, that time has gone. That time has gone. Actually, what Turnitin must be doing is doing a sentiment analysis of the research paper. Sentiment analysis of the research paper is, then it will come to know whether the concept is stolen. Whether, because plagiarism is one thing, English language is another thing. See, we have got a disadvantage. My mother tongue is not English, your mother tongue is not English, and we need to compete with the people whose other tongue is English is one thing. Second thing is that they have got access to the agencies. They can pay very high, some $200, $300 and all. They will rewrite it and give. We are actually going and competing with such people, so that it will not be English. Actually, it should be the idea. And now generative AI has got all abilities to understand this concept plagiarism through this sentiment analysis. Why are they not going for that? They just want to make money. That's all, ma'am. I really do. I feel it's a very third class methodology, because anyone, if I am going to Google or Gmail is guiding me how to complete that particular mail. If I am going for MS Office, MS Office has got generative AI. If I use any of these tools, ultimately, if I go and search, it will say that some of these things are AI generated. Actually, this is what my understanding. I hear the same complaint from so many people. I know that I didn't tell a solution, but one thing, I shared some information with you.
Yeah, okay, sir. Thank you. Thank you for the information.
Any more questions? Okay, Shahid Afrid, what will be the next phase beyond generative AI? See, Shahid, mainly everyone is trying to become another human. So it will go in that direction. Then how to become superhuman? Okay, your thoughts of AGI and its role in future. My God, it is even you can stand for one day and speak about that. But don't expect AGI to come very soon, because there are a lot of bottlenecks for that. Even this generative AI itself, for no company it is financially viable. My understanding is that ChatGPT is making some 6 crore rupees loss every day. They can absorb it, but that is the way in which that is the reason they started putting advertisement and all inside ChatGPT. But an important point I want to tell you all, the solution to AI not within the AI. Solution to AI is outside generative AI. That is important. Here, everyone or most of the people are making mistake by thinking that they can which is that become better than AI by learning AI. It is impossible, because cognitive territory of Bloom's taxonomy already taken over by generative AI. Human beings are not required there. That is the reason. That is the reason Indians are the people, they are going to lose job with the generative AI maximum. Any more questions?
I think there are no more questions, sir. I think we will
Okay.
conclude for today, and we will continue tomorrow. Tomorrow, same time at 7 p.m. We will have the session. Thank you all. We will end the session for today and continue tomorrow. Thank you all for joining this session, and we will see you tomorrow at 7 p.m. Have a pleasant evening.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Suresh, sir.
Thank you. Bye.